Welcome everybody to the channel. Good evening and wherever you are. Yes, letter from BBC here. Our friends from the BBC, of course, Inspector C here. Inspector C he's had to be careful there. Had to be careful. I'm on an investigation there. You know, famous French detective Inspector C here. So we see what they have to say. Yeah, see what they have to say from the BBC. Yeah? Yes. Dear occupier, huh? Occupier. Official investigations opened. Investigation, huh? 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 The law, yes, the law. It says the law. It is a criminal offense to watch TV license, to watch TV without a license, without a TV license on any device, you know? Yeah, very good. That's the law. The law. Yes, yes, yes. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, that's yes, yes. Well, to stop this investigation, you know, to stop this investigation, is to pay £175 to stop this investigation. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Anyway, uh, Inspector C, obviously we formed the BBC. Yes, this is letter number 10. Letter number 10, I've had a red letter, I've had a Christmas card letter. Will you be on the 25th of December? That didn't happen. It's now just over, coming to the last week in January, you know, and this is dated, actually, the 31st of this letter from the investigators, you know. It's dated the 31st of December. So on the 25th, I got a letter saying, well, am I going to be in because I'm on the investigation? And then they say, again, now the investigation is opened. So I'm either back in two because now the investigation's opened. It's opened again. It's been shut and opened, whatever, because I haven't paid them £175. So I'm under investigation, folks, you know. As Inspector C would say, I have to be careful. Now, that's why I'm in my dark glasses, you know. I don't want to be recognised because I'm a criminal, you know. A big criminal, you know, investigation. So anyway, it's a standard letter because, you know, how they can get away with these letters, it's beyond me. I'm not going to read on about it because it's just more recycling paper you can put into your shredder. There's nothing of any importance. Scott Robinson, the regional manager. Well, Scott, you're saying I need a license. Well, and of course, unlicensed property, it says on the letter. Yes, it's unlicensed, Mr. Scott Robinson, because I don't watch your programs. I don't need to have live television at my home, if that's the monopoly that you've got. But I don't watch, I'm not paying, so goodbye. And you keep sending me these letters all the time, once a month. Now, of course, in February, I have told them 2 years ago, my decree at my 2 year comes up, when I've actually rang them and told them, expires in February. But I haven't had a letter because this is the 10th letter now, the 10th letter, which has come since April. And in April, I was still under my 2 year, probation. That's how I've told them. And of course, they said they can still cut it any time. But all this now is academic now because before, whatever they say, it's just trying to make you pay for something that you don't want. Now, obviously, I've contacted one or two people about it legally. It's a cease and desist letter I need to send to them, and you know, they might get around it and say we need to check. Well, whatever you need to check, you've got to get a search warrant to do that. They're not going to do that unless they can prove something and get a magistrate to say, well, there must be like millions of other people. They have to get a million searches, 3 million people stop paying their TV licenses. That's a lot of people in court as we get a court order. Well, like I said, the TV license is completely out of date now, a monopoly and a cash cow for the BBC. And it's time for people to fight back and stop these letters keep coming. It's all documented on my channel. They're going to keep coming. And one day they may turn up on my doorstep, and I will just say, yes, what do you want? I say, yeah, I want to come and check for a TV license, you know. And I say, well, I don't need one. Shut the door to them, and say goodbye, and shut your door. And that's all you need to do, folks. As simple as that. And if they want to come back with the police, try and threaten you with the police, that's up to them to do. They get a search warrant. And if they get a search warrant, they can have to go to a magistrate to do that. If they do that, well then the next procedure, they come into the house with a search warrant, and because there's no access to TV in my house, terrestrial television, I haven't got an air on my roof, I've got access to the internet BBC iPlayer, so they'll do that. They will come in, and I will say to them, well, by the way, you know, I want claims for you to give me these 12 letters or 10 letters or whatever, harassment, and I will take you to court then and say, well, I want redress for all the stress, hardship, and everything else that you've put me through, and I'll sue them then, you know, for because I don't need a license. I'm not watching, I'm not paying. That's as simple as that, folks. And this is what I say to you, this new government that's come in, they are going through the charter at the moment, discussing things. And it's you, the public out there, really, with these letters, it's a complete joke. The costing the TV license people, TV license payers, you're paying for this investigation, which means nothing but a piece of paper sent to your house to try and scare you and bully you to pay up. They don't even know who's living in the address. They don't even know. The same thing, occupier, legal occupier, the legal person in the property. It could be, the property could be owned by the Queen or Prince Charles, you know. Charles could be owning Prince Charles, my friend. Prince Charles could be having you know, and you know, whatever. Prince Charles could have the property, you know, he would get a letter. Charlie, King Charles is he called? Is he called King Charles? Yeah. King Charles the Third, yes, King Charles. He would get a letter the same to his property, and they wouldn't know who lived there. But if it's the King of England, he would get one as well. So it doesn't matter. They just send these letters out and think that they've got no redress about it. No, obviously it's just a simple, stupid letter. That's all it is. A letter, a piece of paper trying to make you pay up. It's propaganda, really, and bullying, which the BBC have been doing for a long time. And this has got to stop, folks. And the only way it's going to stop is no problem at all. All you got to do is just do the same as me. You know, you're not watching, not paying, so that's it. You know, you don't need to watch. You can watch lots of things on the catch up and other terrestrial channels. You know, other channels are there. The great guy Chili John, he's got a great channel. He will tell a lot more about how to find things and do things. He's got a great channel, and I'm just here to document what's happening to me personally, and it's happening to everybody else. But the way to stop is to just say to them, no, thank you, and just these letters just mean nothing. But when they come to the door, that's when the battle starts. This is where it starts, at your front door, folks. Nowhere else. They can keep sending me letters to Kingdom Come, but when I engage with them, because I'm not going to ring them up and tell them, because I already have several times. I've been under declaration. It means nothing. And sometimes the people on the end of the phone just say, yes, okay, we'll send you a confirmation letter which lasted 2 years. It lasted 2 years, but in the letter it still says we can come at any time anyway to do this, what they're doing now. So it really means nothing. You're just giving them information about yourself, who's living there. And it probably come with a letter, you know, a confirmation, your letter for 2 years with your name on it. But I've already gone through that. But since April, like I say, since April, the BBC have lost so many customers, so many people not paying. They're sending, on the 25th of December, they sent that Mickey Mouse one out, December the 25th. They sent it out. And that's what they do. They just try and send it out to people who are on terrestrial television. There's a lot of people, say, in the 80s and 90s or something, or from 70s till 80s, 90s. The people there are not on the internet. They're not watching the BBC iPlayer on the internet. So they're still on terrestrial television, watching terrestrial television through an aerial. They're not on the internet. Now they lost the over 75s lost their allowance to get free television, free licensing, which was the government paying the license fee for an allowance. The BBC didn't pay them the license, the over 75s a free license. It was the government. Now the government are now in talks with BBC or the government itself are reassessing the situation with the license fee. But it's up to you folks, the people out there, because I got this letter, today, and it just means nothing to me. It doesn't mean nothing. You keep sending them, but it's costing money, unnecessary money. When the money they spend it by trying to collect it could be spent on programs. And of course, the iPlayer could take advertisements. The terrestrial television could do advertisements, and the TV license no longer is needed. Channel 4 don't have a license. ITV don't have a TV license, but BBC do, and they have a monopoly on live television. It says in here, you have to have a license to watch Sky Television. So if I want to have Sky Television, it says here, to watch Sky Television, you need to have a license. Well, I could have Sky Sports, like I said, Sky Sports, but to get their package deal, I have to pay the BBC that privilege of £175 to watch Sky. That is a monopoly, folks. Whichever way you look at it, it's a monopoly, which the BBC have. And hopefully, when this new charter comes up in 2027, and in 2030, probably the license fee will be gone, and the terrestrial television, till it runs out, will be advertised on there. So you won't need a license because they'll have adverts on the BBC and ITV, as they do now anyway, to get the revenue. And so ITV seem to be doing okay with revenue. Netflix seem to be doing. I think Netflix support it in now. Disney, Paramount, other channels like other channels. But anyway, I've gone on a bit too much now. But other channels are doing, and they're having no problems raising money for advertising revenue. Anyway, folks, thanks again for all the new people subscribe to my channel. I have to do the videos in the car at the moment because I've got some family commitments at the moment, which are quite demanding at the moment. But as I said, thanks again for everybody. I'm making some more videos, but like I say, it's up to you, to the public out there, just to say no, thank you, and do it. If I get prosecuted, I will go to jail, of course. But and you can see me in jail. But the point is, I'm not paying for something I don't need. It's like I've got a car here. I drive a car. I have to have a license to drive a car. If you don't drive a car, you don't need a license, do you? Because you don't drive. It's no use buying a license that you don't need. And that's the essence of it. And of course, according to the BBC, whoever's in that property is breaking the law. And they don't know who's in there or whatever. But you're guilty by them, whatever you're doing, because you've not paid. It's not registered at my address as a payment of 175. You're a criminal, and that's how it is. And in this country, as far as I know, unless we're not in Russia yet, you're innocent to proven guilty. But the BBC, you're guilty, you're not innocent. You're watching, but it's not your fault anyway. Whichever way you're doing it, because it's their daft fault because they haven't got a subscription channel anyway. And of course, the advertisements are not on there. It could be free anyway. So it's all going to change by 2030, if I'm still around anyway. Anyway, folks, like I say, thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now. Bye now.